Today, I'd like to share with you on blood glucose predictions using smartphones. As we all know, the healthy living equations of a diabetic is medications plus diet plus exercise. And be able to predict the blood glucose for medications plus diet plus exercise means better blood glucose management, healthier body, and having a higher quality life. So with today's smartphone and tablet computer technology, blood glucose predictions is very convenient, simple, and effortless. And the return of this effortless habit of predicting the blood glucose is very high. Now let's look at some terms which is very important for blood glucose prediction. The first one is the insulin sensitivity factor, which is defined as refer to the number of point 1 unit of rapid acting insulin lower your blood glucose. And then there is the insulin to carbohydrate ratio, which specifies the number of grams of carbohydrate covered by each unit of rapid acting insulin. And then there's CHO, which is mean carbohydrate. So let's look at an example. This is an apps from the Windows phone. Okay, so this is apps from the Windows phone. Okay, so if you have a Windows phone, you can get these apps. Okay, this is called Diabetes Calc. And in the apps, you can see that it will ask you to enter the insulin to carbohydrate ratio and then the insulin sensitivity factor, and then also your blood sugar target. This is the low or minimum, and then this is the high. Okay, this is for before meal. Okay, so this is the target. Now when we get into the applications here, means that if we measure, say for example, in the lunchtime, we measure our blood sugar or blood glucose is 102, and the total carbohydrates we plan to eat is 44. Right away, it will be able to calculate if we give ourselves 2 units of rapid acting insulin, the predictions will be 102. And if we give ourselves 3 units, then it will be 2. That means 2 units is a good number for the insulins because it will result in 102 points, and 3 units will be low, way make the blood sugar or blood glucose drop really low. Okay, so this is the way how we can predict the blood glucose based on the carbohydrate we are plan to eat and our measurements of blood glucose. Okay, and of course it has to base on the insulin to carbohydrate ratio, which is what we already know, and the insulin sensitivity factor. So this is a simple apps in the Windows phone, which is people can download and use it right away. So at every meal one be able to predict the blood glucose before even one eat. And with this meaning that one can either adjust the carbohydrates one plan to eat, or adjust the insulin one is using. And in this case, 3 unit is no good. 2 is the one which is optimal for this case. Okay, this is the window phone. And so if we have an iPhone, then we can use this apps here, mathematic apps, to do the same stuff. So this is the blood glucose measure and the total carbohydrate we plan to eat. This is the insulin to carbohydrate ratio. In this case is 22. And the insulin sensitivity in this case is 100. And then say if we give ourselves 2 units of rapid acting insulin, then we can predict that the outcome will be 100 unit, 100 point. Okay, that's our blood glucose if we took this much of 44 gram of carbohydrate and the using 2 unit of rapid acting insulin. Okay, and we can adjust this to get different number, which is to meet our target. Okay, and if our blood sugar measurement is different, then we can adjust things. So it'll be really flexible, and we have a good view on what's going on. Now, this is the apps which is using for doing the programming, and this is the equations for the prediction. It said that predicted blood glucose is the measured blood glucose plus this part of the equations minus this part of the equations. Okay, and if one have that program, one just have to enter it this way. Okay, so if one enter it this way, one will be able to have this. Okay, have this applications which one can use at every meals. Okay, now if we want to get it more sophisticated, like this one, okay, this one, you see, we can have a blood sugar predictions based on the insulin sensitivity, insulin to carbohydrate ratio, blood glucose measurement, the total carbohydrate eating, and the dose of the rapid acting insulin we're giving ourselves. Okay, and also we can add in the long-term or long-acting insulins and see how is the outcome. Okay, and also what happens if we do exercise. Okay, so this exercise, and you see that if I eat this much of carbohydrates, 44 gram here, and I give myself 2 units with my long-acting insulins, and if I go for the exercise, I might end up to be have a low blood glucose. Okay, so we can predict this blood glucose even before we do exercise. Now, the equations of the predicting the the blood sugar after the meal with the insulin. The dose of insulin is this one. And if we have the program, we just program it this way. Okay. And if we want to include the long-acting insulins and to see the effect, then this is the equations. Okay, so the equation is actually similar to what we have before. However, there is another term adding here, which is the long-acting insulin conversion dose. And that is defined this way. Long-acting insulin conversion dose is actually long-acting insulin dose multiplied by the effectiveness divided by the time conversions. So effectiveness means how effective is the long-acting insulin. For example, the Lantus, the effective usually 50% or 0.5 is a good number. And as for the time conversions, if one only inject the long-acting insulin per day, that means we divide by 24. In other words, that if I use 10 units per day, then I use 24. If I use it twice, then I use 12 here. Okay. So this is the program one need to use if one have the program. And this one is the formula for predicting, including the long-acting insulin and exercise. Okay. So the same thing, it has three parts. The first part, add the second part, minus the third part. Okay. And however, here you add another term called exercise equivalent insulin dose. And the definitions of that is the exercise equivalent insulin dose mean that the blood glucose drop at exercise per durations divided by insulin sensitivity factor. In other words, is for example, if we go take a walk for 20 minutes and then our blood glucose drop, say 30 points. Okay. And so what happens is that if you divide that, if our insulin sensitivity factor is 100, you divide that by 100. So you end up to get 0.3. Okay. And so one need to do experiment first, take a measurements for the exercise one's doing. And in this case, it's walking for 20 minutes and take the measurements of the drop of the blood sugar to figure out this number. Okay. And with that, one can actually enter here. You see, if one walk for 20 minutes, one can enter here, 0.3. And so that's how this can be predicted. Okay. So another thing I like to tell you is that there's a very good blood glucose measurement machine which can be used with the iPhone to have a lot of data stored. Okay. And it give you much better handling. So at last, yes, we all can do it to get a better life.